Right, joining us now is NBC's Alyssa Gord, who was at today's meeting in Oakland. How unprecedented is this request, or does it happen often?
It's really unprecedented, Raj. So the State Department of Insurance tells us that it's actually the first request of its kind. So you may notice if you get a rate increase for your home insurance, that happened because the company filed for an increase and the state approved it. There's a normal process. It takes a while. This is a process that's allowed under state law, but has never been used before. So this is entirely uncharted territory for the state, and they're being cautious as a result.
And just to be clear, these fires happened down south, but me and you and anyone else watching tonight, if we're State Farm clients, policyholders, we could get our rates raised. Is that correct? That's
certainly a possibility. And what State Farm is saying, they just released the numbers yesterday, saying that number that you mentioned, that $7.6 billion in estimated payouts that they expect to have related to those LA fires. And they say that that certainly will play a factor in their financial picture. But they say that even before the LA fires, they were already in dire financial straits. So they said that the LA fires just made it worse. They're saying that things were already not looking so rosy for them.
It's a big number. $7 billion. State Farm says they have to pay out to LA fire victims. Does that mean State Farm loses $7 billion? Or do they themselves have an insurance company?
It's a tricky question, and insurers do have their own insurance. It's called reinsurance, and we've actually asked State Farm that very question. They released some numbers just yesterday about that $7.6 billion figure. Some of it, they said, will get paid out by their reinsurance. Some of it will get paid out by their parent company, which is State Farm Mutual. We don't know exactly how the numbers play out. They released some of it, but we've actually sent State Farm some additional questions today to try and clarify how much does State Farm's California branch have to pay out and whether their parent company could help them out rather than the consumer ratepayers in the event that they're insolvent.
So it's all interpretation here. Final question for you, maybe the biggest question. Will this be approved? Will there be a 22% rate hike? You met with the insurance commissioner today.
The commissioner told us that he hopes to take no longer than 2 weeks to weigh this over, and he does hope to have a decision, but he said he didn't want to be pressured one way or another. One concern, though, is that because this has never been assessed before, is that if this does get approved, it could encourage other companies to kind of step around the normal process and try this way to get rates approved. And so they're cautious about what the long-term implications could be for consumers.
It's a big decision. Okay, a couple of weeks we'll find that answer, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Alyssa.